Warriors, rise. The XRP case going to shake the financial industry. I know it's been a long run, Warriors, but you need to hold the line. I'm about to show you a preview of a documentary coming out by M Content. It looks dynamic. Warriors, we're going to break this down. This is going to be one of the biggest cases in history. This is the greatest time in human history, Warriors. So XRP holders, crypto holders, blockchain technology investors, hold the line. This is an internet type moment. There has not been a new asset class since the 1600s. You are the generational shifter. My name is Coach JB. I am the top health, mindset, and crypto coach in the world. Remember, what you believe in your heart, you think in your mind, will eventually become your words and become your reality. If you can see it in your mind, eventually you can hold it right here in your hands. What you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes an unconscious activity. Whereas, and since young children, we've been predictive programmed to live the current reality that we live, and you're the only person that can change it. By switching and changing your patterns on a consistent basis, changing the things that you put into your subconscious mind, in turn, changing your conscious activities. Now, if that sounds confusing, that's exactly what I teach in my Warrior Academy. Subconscious mind programming, goal setting, vision board creation, nutrition, health, mindset, and cryptocurrency, and exactly how I'm building into generational wealth and taking advantage of the biggest shift in generational wealth and the biggest shift in our financial system. We have 5 days. We launch on January 3rd all together, and we rise together. Click the description down below to join our 120-day challenge. All right, Warriors, this is dynamic. The video I'm about to show you, I say that about everything, right? This is dynamic because I'm excited about life. I'm free. I love my life. Everything is dynamic. Life is good. Life is great. I am healed. I am abundant. I'm so happy and grateful for the money that comes to me in increasing quantities, multiple sources on a continuous basis. Thank you for the steps to 1 million a month in income. Your words are very important, Warriors. Okay, so let's watch this video. I want to give credit where credit is due. This is by M Content. This is really, really neat. I'm so excited to see this once this is completed. So this is the Ripple versus SEC saga exclusive promo. Check this out.
This is the biggest case we've ever seen in crypto.
The SEC suing Ripple hit XRP holders like a train.
XRP was supposed to be my retirement.
All cryptocurrency holders should be concerned. Someone's got to stand up. I think I'm going to sue the SEC.
Let's go, M Content. Congratulations on this amazing, amazing video, Warriors. I'm very, very excited to see that. Make sure you check out his channel. It is M Content, the Ripple versus SEC saga. Let's blow this up. Let's get M Content, push it out there, Warriors. What a great thing. But let's talk about this for just a moment. Let's go down the rabbit hole. I want you to think about this. There's not been a new asset class since the 1600s. Think about that. Okay. Blockchain technology, or Bitcoin specifically, came out in 2009 after one of the biggest housing collapses in history. More money's been imprinted since the inception of Bitcoin than in history. Specifically in the last 24 months, 20 months, has been printed than in history. We are moving to a brand new asset class. The XRP Ripple case is just to bring in new regulation. And so John Deaton, I highly recommend you check out crypto #law.us, or I'm going to he's on Twitter as well, John Deaton. He is suing the SEC, right? You can join you can go on his website here and you can sign petitions to go against the SEC, which is amazing. The reason why I'm bringing this stuff up, Warriors, and I wanted to show you that documentary, this is remarkable. And here's what's happening. So Charles Gasparini as well, many of you have seen this. He is jumping on this train, Warriors, because he knows that this is going to blow up his career as a Fox News reporter. So he's grabbed on and become the juggernaut or the front runner for the news. This is now being predictive programmed on the news and media. XRP is being talked about in many different news stations over and over and over again. Remember, what you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. So what's going to happen when this case gets settled, Warriors? It's going to be national news. And what's going to happen to the price? FOMO, Fear of missing out. People are going to come rushing into XRP to get their opportunity to be part of the gold rush. So let's watch this 4-minute video with Charles Gasparini talking about the XRP holders entered in a fight against the SEC.
Charlie is here. Now, breaking news on the story that Charlie's been following. A judge from the Southern District of New York today granted permission for more than 23,000 XRP holders to get their voices heard in court after Charlie interviewed the lawyer representing the cryptocurrency shareholders on Friday. Watch that.
Well, right now, we've asked the court permission to come into the case and intervene as de facto defendants, or in the alternative, to grant us amicus standing with participatory rights. Basically, what that means is to allow us to prove that the XRP that we purchased is not only not a security, we also didn't enter into a common enterprise with Ripple.
Here now to discuss, Charlie Gasparino. So what does this mean?
That is the great John Deaton. This is potentially a big development in the SEC versus Ripple case, which is a big development in crypto. If the SEC loses the case against Ripple, XRP, which is its cryptocurrency that is used in its decentralized network for cross-border transactions, that's going to be declared a legal currency, not a security, doesn't need SEC approval. Huge story for the crypto business, because it's basically saying that the SEC overstepped its bounds in regulating the crypto business by declaring XRP a security and essentially going after Ripple for using XRP as a security to finance the build out of its platform. Huge thing. Here's why it's big. John Deaton now joins the suit. It's almost as if when he says it's an amicus brief, he's now being sued, although he's not. He's just part of the case. What he's going to do now is say, okay, SEC, not only, you can do whatever you want with Ripple if you think Ripple did something wrong, but he can go to the judge, and this will be, I guess, before a federal court judge, not a jury. I don't know the particulars, but so far it's before a judge. He can go before that judge and say, this action was so bad, so egregious, so outside the norm, because not only did you go after Ripple, you basically went after these innocent XRP holders who just bought the stuff, who were trading the stuff for 7 years before the SEC came in and said.
So why is it so important what he's saying right now, Warriors? Because think about that. Do you remember on December 20th, 2020, we're all sitting there getting ready for our holidays. I was actually quarantined in a hotel. And all of a sudden, my messages start blowing up. Jay Clayton is suing the SEC. And all of a sudden, he abruptly leaves to go consult for a cryptocurrency fund. Bill Hinman, which we're going to watch some videos from Digital Asset Investor on his Twitter. They are all playing a game, Warriors, with your money. They're all playing a game with your investments, Warriors. They don't want you to be an accredited investor. You have the opportunity, and many of you holding the line are acting as an accredited investor without being an accredited investor. They don't want us playing the game. They want the wealth gap to be massive.
It's a security, and lost a ton of money the minute the SEC said it was a security, because it got bounced off of exchanges. The price of it went down, and they owe us money. And that's what is going to go on here. So it's essentially that the SEC is fighting a front on this. It's got to fight against Ripple. Ripple's fighting back, obviously. So it's got to prove its case against Ripple, whether it knew and whether it violated the law. Not an easy case. I've been talking to people about this. A lot of lawyers, securities lawyers saying, well, wait a second, it was 7 years. They let this thing go on. What Ripple did with XRP in building out its infrastructure was no different than what Ethereum did with its Ether cryptocurrency. And they were given the green light. And now they're going to listen to John Deaton say how XRP people that had just weren't part of the Ripple process. Totally opposite. They're literally trading the stock, or trading the cryptocurrency. I almost said stock. It's not a stock. It's not a security, according to the Ripple people. They were harmed and had no business being harmed in this whole thing. It's the SEC who's overstepped its bounds. So it's a big case. Obviously, XRP isn't gaining much ground. I think it was negative earlier in the day. I think it's up a little bit right now. Mm-hmm. But I'll tell you, it's when you talk to legal experts, it's up now, right? Did it pop on the news? I think so, a little bit.
It's down a penny. So.
Down a penny. So it's an interesting case. Listen, there's two cases that the crypto world is looking at. It's the Coinbase case, the SEC versus Coinbase. huge implications for that crypto exchange and its use of it was basically starting a bank product that it stopped, and it may reintroduce it, it may litigate, who knows. That's one thing everybody's looking at. This Ripple case is big too, because it will, if the SEC loses, it's got its wing. Gary Gensler got his wings cut, and then Jay Clayton, the former SEC chair, Bill Hinman, the former head of corporate finance, that this is going to get really messy because the whole notion was that they were holding Ripple to a higher standard or a different standard than other major crypto places, including Ethereum. Ethereum is the second biggest, right, blockchain. So very interesting stuff. We're going to keep following this development. Yeah. It's obviously people are interested.
Yeah, it's huge for crypto. It's huge for the crypto market in particular. The implications are ginormous. All right.
Absolutely. Implications are huge. So let's take a look at Digital Asset Investors Twitter. I'd highly recommend you go follow him. So look at Charles Gasparini, though, on his Twitter account here. Look what he has pinned on his top thing. This is his top pinned tweet. At Fox Business Investigation, the biggest issue in crypto today, the SEC versus Ripple, and whether the regulatory desk was stacked against the company and the tens of thousands of investors who hold XRP. So this is his pinned tweet, Warriors. This is one of the biggest cases in financial history. You're holding an asset that could appreciate massively, not financial advice, Warriors. Number one, it's always last to go in the market cycle, the bull market cycle, or the last altcoin to pump. But number two, if this case gets dropped in 2022, it's going to skyrocket. It's called FOMO, fear of missing out. People are going to come rushing in with the hopes of getting rich quick when we are getting wealthy for sure by being patient and persistent. So Digital Asset Investor posted this on, I think it was December 28th. So check this out. So please retweet this. Go to his Twitter account. He puts out amazing information. So this is Ethereum 1.0 was a demo system. Whistleblower alert at Gary Gensler, Hester Pierce, SEC Hiran Lee. Ethereum 2.0 is a new system, security issuance process. Why are you treating Ripple one way and ETH a different way? Check this out. Listen to what they're saying.
It was our goal to basically build a demo system, get 1.0 out the door. 1.0 is going to be totally scalable for a year or 2 years. It'll be just fine. It's a system that enables us to learn how to build these crazy new things called decentralized applications to deal with the user experience of 15-second block times, to learn how to build a decentralized business, to sort of figure out what those business models might be. So 1.0 is plenty for a while. And ideally, we get wildly successful and there becomes a real burgeoning need for 2.0 scalability. But really, as 1.0 gets more and more used, more and more popular, it's not like transactions are going to fall to the floor. It's a market, basically. So if you really need your transaction to be processed, then you simply raise the fee that you pay to miners. So Ethereum 1.0 will be able to handle things for quite a while.
Okay, so comment down below. What do you think he's saying right there? What do you think he's saying? Let's listen to this other video here from Digital Asset Investors. So Digital Asset Investors going deep in the archives here. So this one was on February 13th, 2019. This conversation is really, really important. So the entire conversation in the crypto industry and the Congress is how there is no regulatory clarity. Only two people in crypto think there is clarity and everything is fine. Gary Gensler and Ethereum Joseph. There's something bad wrong with this picture. Retweet. Go out there and retweet this, Warriors. Push this out. Okay, check this out.
The country that's doing a very interesting job, not a hands-off job, but not specifically creating regulation designed to address anything new, is the United States. So the Securities and Exchange Commission in the United States has decided to apply securities law as they have done successfully for decades. And they are essentially identifying fraudulent projects and projects that have sold a security even though they didn't believe it was a security. And I think that's going to work out really well because we at Ethereum and we at Consensus have been sort of following that law right from the start. One thing that's very exciting is that Bill Hinman, about 3.5, 4 months ago, Director of Corporate Finance at the SEC spoke publicly about the fact that these network business models, which are held together by these tokens, can have consumer utility tokens that are issued and sold, similar to air miles or other sorts of tokens. And if they're constructed properly and marketed properly, so they're not marketed as investments, they're not marketed to speculators, they're marketed to people who intend and maybe are forced to use them on these platforms, that is recognized as essentially a new construct by the SEC. And given that realization, which we're not seeing in some other parts of the world, all the old rules apply. You don't need new regulation. You just need a good understanding of what things you're doing with the technology in this project versus what things you're doing in the technology in this project. And
so basically, Ethereum's getting their own pass by Bill Hinman, Jay Clayton. Now, why? Why would they get their own pass, right? Bill Hinman consults for Andreessen Horowitz' $2.2 billion crypto fund. Jay Clayton left to work for a crypto fund and now consults for another crypto fund. Gary Gensler came from MIT, top MIT professor. So this is all by design, warriors. As everybody focuses on the Omicron and mask and the vaccines and all that stuff, there's a whole nother financial narrative coming on as they put us in the Colosseum, just like they did in the Roman days, gave us free alcohol, kept us distracted as they changed the whole financial system, warriors. You are part of the greatest time in human history. It's all about your paradigm and what you believe, warriors. This has been the greatest time of my life the last 2.5 years, and I plan to build generational wealth for my family, and I plan to rise to the top and bring the money back to the people. You can call me what you want. You can call me crazy, but don't call me lazy, warriors. I'm a powerful human being. I'm the greatest of all time within my paradigm, as are you. You have different fingerprint, different DNA, and it's time for you to rise and become the best version of yourself as a human being. We're just spiritual beings having a human experience, and it starts from the inside out, warriors. You need to start believing in yourself. You need to understand that you are a champion, that you are rich, that you are powerful, you are amazing, you are beautiful, and you are meant to be here, and you are meant to rise up to the top and protect your family. That's why you're listening right now. You are a generational shifter. If you'd like to join the most badass community in the world, click the description down below and join our 120-day challenge as we rise together into 2022. Warriors, rise! Get your shit together. Let's go.
Well, look at the time. I'll try to keep this brief. After 28 years of peacock logos on much of what I own, it is my choice now to jump without a net into the great unknown, as I do for the first time in my 62 years. My biggest worry is for my country. The truth is, I'm not a liberal or a conservative. I'm an institutionalist. I believe in this place, and in my love of country, I yield to no one. But the darkness on the edge of town has spread to the main roads and highways and neighborhoods. It's now at the local bar and the bowling alley, at the school board and the grocery store. And it must be acknowledged and answered for. Grown men and women who swore an oath to our Constitution, elected by their constituents, possessing the kinds of college degrees I could only dream of, have decided to join the mob and become something they are not, while hoping we somehow forget who they were. They've decided to burn it all down with us inside. That should scare you to no end as much as it scares an aging volunteer fireman. To my